How many of you have felt tiny compared to the magnitude of this universe? But what if I tell you, you are more than a speck? The quest to find meaning, power, and control is nothing new. What if you are not someone caught amid uncontrollable events but can mold reality? What if the reality around you is malleable? As above, so below. You must have heard this phrase, and may have used it countless times. But what does it imply? These simple 5 words encapsulate the founding philosophy of this universe. To unlock its power and implicate it in your daily life, you must first understand what it means and how it can empower you to mold reality in your favor. By unlocking its deeper implications, you can understand the cosmic reality, your place, and how to turn events in your favor. Besides enlightening with its philosophical and spiritual meanings, the verse can motivate us to use the power within to understand the universe and to carve a better place for ourselves. You can channel the immense potential within for a greater purpose. This video will not just explain the origin and concept, but will provide extremely valuable insight into the physical, psychological, and spiritual meanings that, if understood correctly, have the power to change your life. So stay till the end and hit the subscribe button if you are keen to explore more spiritual secrets. As above, so below, so within, so without. Students of Hermetism must have heard the phrase. It's a paraphrase of the 2nd verse of Emerald Tablet. It is attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary mythical figure, a fusion of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. The basis of these teachings is a collection of texts known as Corpus Hermeticum. The collection of spiritual teachings and philosophies forms the basis of Hermeticism. We can see the traces of these teachings as the foundations of many modern theories. You will be surprised to know how many modern psychological theories are rooted in these simple teachings. The essence remains the same. They have proven more valuable with time. The phrase refers to the connection between celestial mechanics upon terrestrial events. It is said this ancient teaching originated astrology and supports the idea that the movement of certain planets above affects the moods, weather, decisions, and events on Earth below. But more importantly, the as above, so below law is deeply rooted in Hermeticism's universal principle of correspondence. What exactly is this law of correspondence? To quote, "Our external world is a reflection of our internal world. Our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs determine our reality." In simple words, it refers to the basic philosophy of oneness and duality that goes side by side in our universe. Everything is a part of this cosmic reality. Even you, your mind, your consciousness, and even unconscious conditioning. Everything physical and metaphysical is a part of a bigger universe. What you see above is only a reflection of what lies below. It's the same spirit that permeates everything. There is a connection between macrocosm and microcosm. A microcosm is a smaller entity. It can be you, me, or us all. The smaller entities of this universe, even tiny atoms, are the bases of matter that constitute something bigger. A macrocosm is the vast universe, the scale of the cosmos, and everything that is in it, known or unknown. As above, so below, seen in the light of the correspondence principle, is the interconnectedness of vast realities with seemingly insignificant ones. A microcosm is a smaller entity that seems nothing compared to the vastness of the macrocosm, but they still share the same principles, patterns, and universal laws. Macrocosm may be the ultimate reality, but microcosm is its representation in the tiny form. Your body would be your universe. A microcosm is the miniature of a macrocosm. Through the microcosm, the individual reality of all of us carries a spark of that divine being within us. No matter how insignificant a thought or entity is, it is connected with the outer reality. It implies there is always a correspondence between the law and the phenomenon of various planes of being and life. The inner and outer dimensions live by the same universal laws. Everything is well connected and interlinked. How many of us have felt the connection between the perceived reality and our inner self? Imagine it this way. We are all prone to feeling insignificant in life. not realizing the power within. We feel whatever happens is the doing of others around us, forgetting about our conscious choices or unconscious conditioning. We often create this reality unconsciously and complain, not realizing our power and potential to shape our lives. Whatever happens around us, with us, instead of becoming a victim in this cosmic reality, we can realize this potential and start exercising the power within to change the world outside. What happens with us in life is, a lot of the time, the doings of our own actions, inner or outer. Now let's look at it more closely and understand, as above, so below, the principle of correspondence in physical, spiritual, and psychological terms. From a physical point of view, above and below reflect the unity and duality of this universe. Take the example of matter. We all know everything around us is a physical existence made up of atoms, which are constituted by combining tiny molecules. Each molecule is complete in itself and is governed by the same law of energy, patterns, and principles governing this universe. You can understand bigger objects by understanding a tiny molecule's energies, laws, principles, and properties. We often employ a dissecting approach to comprehensively understand a complex system or substance, which involves breaking it down to its smallest constituents to analyze and understand it. You can understand the fundamental building blocks of material by dissecting matter to its smallest unit. In this understanding is a profound key to open the doors within. To quote, "Just as a knowledge of the principles of geometry enables man to measure distant suns and their movements while seated in his observatory, so a knowledge of the principle of correspondence enables man to reason intelligently from the known to the unknown." Besides the physical representation, non-physical realities are also governed by the same law. This is the root of the ancient law of cause and effect. Every event or phenomenon has a cause. A tree is there because a seed was planted somehow. Whether you made it happen or the wind carried it, events catalyzed its existence. Its roots found water in the soil, which explains its existence. One of many interpretations of this hypothesis is that to begin to understand the outer world and universe, we should start by looking within. No matter how tiny our self seems compared to this universe, you are part of the whole. This is the foundation of the correspondence theory in metaphysical and spiritual studies. The theory of correspondence also reveals the same connection and harmony between the macrocosm and microcosm. The cause and effect principle is also built on the same concept. The macrocosm is the celestial bodies, the stars and their revolving paths, positions, the laws of gravitation, societal structure, laws, and principles. All of these affect the microcosm, which is all of us. Our surroundings condition us. Societal structure, cultural laws, even principles of karma and cosmic realities, all shaping our lives in both seen and unseen ways. The seemingly insignificant occurrences are actually linked to the bigger plans. We may never fully understand what triggers them, but they are linked to this cosmic reality. Just like we depend on so many things for our existence, many other things depend on us, seemingly or unseemingly. Such a simple act of killing a tree can disturb the balance of our ecosystem. Cutting a tree can ultimately lead to the destruction of an entire town due to flooding. Take the example of seaweed. Though it may seem insignificant, it has a bigger role to play. It's an important part of the marine ecosystem. It converts light into nutrients and serves as food and shelter for other species, releasing oxygen into the water. Thus, a seemingly insignificant being has a diverse role in a bigger cosmic reality. How can your existence be in vain? How are you not a part of this bigger cosmic reality and have no part to play? How your existence can be insignificant and not benign, a part of a bigger plan? If we look at the psychological implications of the above so below, a deep connection exists between an individual's reality and his deep thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and conditioning. Our actions result from age-old conditioning, cultural beliefs, upbringing, and suppressed emotions. To understand your outer world, you must go nowhere else but to look within. To create peace around, you have to start by creating it within. Have you noticed how our worldly success is majority of the mind? how focusing on good and positive opens up new opportunities for you. When we are positive, our brain receptors activate. By focusing on abundance and positivity, you are conditioning your reticular activating system to pay attention and connect with only positive opportunities around you. This is the base of modern positive psychology, which focuses on how a positive mindset and attitude help achieve worldly goals and success. Thus, one should start changing the mood to see the change in external reality. What we see around us is a part of us, a reflection. Now that we understand the concept and spiritual meaning of the as above, so below, how can we use this understanding to improve our lives? If you want to understand the bigger secrets of the universe, the simple yet most powerful truth is to start looking within. Understand that everything in the universe on all planes of existence are governed by the same rules. Understand yourself deeply, and you will now understand the universe deeply. And no thought, entity, or effort is insignificant. If the moon sitting hundreds of miles away can pull the tides with its force, how far can an act of kindness ripple through time and space? Minor actions can still lead to more significant changes. There is a connection between our inner world and external reality. Instead of seeing humans as helpless entities in this cosmic reality, it emphasizes the interconnection between our external reality with our attitudes and actions. Our mindset is a filter that lets us see the reality our mind perceives. That may be why two people can perceive reality or the same event differently. To change the larger reality of your life, you don't need a drastic step at a time. You can start looking within and focusing your attention on positivity. Meditation is a great tool, and it proves how this as above, so below philosophy helps you become an achiever. Meditation enables you to become familiar with your desired reality. The few minutes you spend meditating slow the activity in your parietal lobe. This activates your thalamus, the gatekeeper of senses that slows the sensory data processing. By making it a habit, you can tame your mind. Instead of being a chaotic place filled with unwanted thoughts coming from all directions, it gives you control to be aware of one thing at a time. Instead of being a victim of random thoughts, you can focus on things where you want to channel your energy. One of the great attributes you require to succeed is focus. As it is said, where focus goes, energy flows. There is a famous quote that explains this: sow a thought, and you reap an act. Sow an act, and you reap a habit. Sow a habit, and you reap a character. Sow a character, and you reap a destiny. So you see how what started as a mere thought can change your destiny. We can harness our energies, thoughts, and positivity to change our surroundings. Acts performed on an individual level have the potential to change many lives. You may not realize how many lives you touch and condition daily. Isn't this truly profound wisdom? If you have watched this far, I am grateful. I genuinely hope this video will help in creating a better life for yourself and others. I would deeply appreciate any support, such as a like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you. Feel free to watch another video provided on the end screen, or click on the channel to select another video you would enjoy.